Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
How often do you find yourself erasing the clock when you're crocheting? Have you ever picked up a pattern only to realise it is taking way longer than you had anticipated? Trust me, you're not alone. We've all been there. I've definitely been there.
Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
So why did I take on this challenge? Well, I've been there. I've got caught up in a project that took way longer than I thought it was going to, and man, did I get frustrated. I wanted to inspire you to gauge your own crochet speed so you can choose patterns wisely, avoid that frustration, and finish on time.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Today I'm going to take you on a short journey as I try and beat the clock and crochet one of my Scraptacular baskets as quickly as I possibly can. Now, I am cheating a tiny bit in that I'm making the smallest version of the pattern. This is the one that's free on the Elimee Designs blog, and I decided to use Alexa to help me with this challenge. I would have used the timer on my phone, but unfortunately because I don't have a separate camera, I was using that to film me, and I have an Alexa handy in the room where I crochet, so I thought win-win. Well, yeah, we'll see how that went a little later.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
So as you can see, I've got 2 strands of yarn on the go. The first is a solid colour, which I thought would make a nice base tone for the basket. And in this case, I've gone for some leftovers from my Sew Extra blanket. The second is a mixture of completely random scraps. I tried to keep it mostly pink and white because I thought that complemented the yellow quite well. And I've joined them all together using the magic knot. And just so that I'm being 100% transparent with you, I did not include the time that it took me to make the scrap yarn bobbin in the time for making the total basket. The reason that I didn't include it is I wanted you to be able to compare your crochet speed for this pattern against mine. So while I'm crocheting, I am using the yarn under technique as is technically outlined in the pattern. I could have gone for the classical yarn over technique, which is definitely way faster for me, but the yarn under technique gives it a sturdier fabric, which allows the basket to stand up way better on its own. And if you're wondering why my hook keeps slipping out of the loops, why I swapped my cushion halfway through that I was working over, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually crochet against the clock. My hands are really sweaty because I was nervous, and with the cushion on my lap, I got far too hot.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer. Alexa, are there any timers set? What has happened to Alexa? Alexa. 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 There we go. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
Second timer, 5 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, stop all timers.
Cancelling all your timers on this device.
Alexa,
You also have one.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
Second timer, 5 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, stop all timers.
Cancelling all your timers on this device. You also have one timer on kitchen.
Alexa, stop timer on kitchen. Alexa, are there any timers?
You have 4 minutes left on your 5-minute timer on kitchen.
Alexa, stop that timer.
5-minute timer cancelled on kitchen.
Okay. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Now, if you're anything like me and technology is definitely not your best friend, you've probably had an argument with Alexa too. Drop me a comment on your technology fails or arguments so that we can have a giggle together.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
So let me share a little bit about my Scraptacular Basket pattern. So this pattern comes in 3 sizes, small, medium and large. And as I mentioned earlier, the small size is free on the Elimee Designs blog. Can you believe I actually designed this pattern by accident? I was working on a different pattern. I was trying to create a draft excluder, but it was not going to plan. And instead of frogging it all, throwing it all in the bin, doing something like that and wasting the yarn, I decided to adapt, to pivot and make something else. And so the Scraptacular Baskets were born.
Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
My favourite thing about this pattern is the fact that they are so great for scrap busting, which is why I included scraps in the title. Getting rid of those scraps, number 1, has the amazing benefit of making room for new yarn, and number 2, it's environmentally friendly, so you're saving all of those bits of yarn from the landfill and scrap heap technically, so win-win.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Now, as you can see, I have made a number of these baskets and I try so far to go with coordinating colours. However, I think my next basket will be completely random colours. I'm quite tempted to see how garish I can make it.
Alexa, stop. That's not gonna last, is it? Alexa, start a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
So the clock was on my side this time. I had set myself a target of trying to crochet the basket in under an hour and I managed it in, wait for it, 46 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, I hadn't crocheted the pattern for a while, so I did have to keep looking at the instructions, but I would be interested to hear how fast you can do it. Can you beat my time? Until next time, happy crocheting!